All right, we are recording.
1 + 1 don't equal 3. I feel like you scolded me right before you turned on.
Have we talked about your new obsession with kinetic sand?
I don't know if we've gotten into it here.
Might as well go into it.
So when our kids were young, our kids didn't play with sand or paint or anything like that. We might have gotten into it. However, I've always loved kinetic sand. I think it's the funnest thing in the world. However, we've never had it. So I play with it very rarely. Right before Christmas, I told you I'd like to purchase some. So we bought 3 full bags of brown kinetic
I
sand
think it
and
was
1
after
bag.
Christmas.
Yeah, and then we bought 1 bag of purple kinetic sand. And you were like, "Oh, that's cute. You're going to play with it once." And I feel like time is proving you wrong.
Well, it's supposed to have been for the children, and you're a grown adult.
I never said it was for the children. I
You're a
always said
grown
it was for
adult.
me.
And now
I
you
always
like
said it
when we
was
have
for me.
people over, it's like you're asking people to also play with kinetic sand.
So the weekend
Other
before
adults.
last, I went to my parents and I brought the kinetic sand with me, and it was really funny because I brought trays too. And I sit down at my parents' table to just visit with them and my sister, and I pulled out a tray for each person and a pile of kinetic sand.
That's
My
weird.
dad was like, "What is happening?" But then he's like, "I get it." And so then
It's like your version of a fidget spinner.
I'm sure we'll get into the funeral, but we had a lot of people over after the funeral, and I pulled it out for that too. And I was thanked multiple times by people for pulling it out. So when you're visiting, you can just play.
Or you could just talk to people when they're visiting.
What fun would that be?
You don't need the distraction.
Listeners, I'm going to tell you right now, if you haven't, it's worth getting some kinetic sand. Just try it out. Just try it out. Because you're probably like, that's for kids. No,
It is
it's
for
actually
kids.
wonderful. And the
It's
only
a
reason
child
Aaron
game.
just doesn't like it because I like it, because he refuses to play with it. If he did, he would understand.
While we're recording, she has a microphone in one hand and a ball of kinetic sand in the other hand.
This is true. So you had scolded me right before recording and said, "We're recording, don't play with kinetic sand." And I said, I can do both.
You can talk and chew gum at the same time?
Effectively. Yes, sir. How are you today?
Good. How are you doing?
I'm good. I'm spent.
Spent.
I am spent. So we had my uncle's funeral on Saturday.
Yes, the viewing was Friday.
The viewing was Friday. Funeral was Saturday. Really beautiful funeral. Beautiful funeral. Beautiful life. Afterwards, I was tired. My sister's been staying with us too. So we decided to have people over. And I knew it would be a hard decision because I was tired. Definitely got a second wind, and it was a great decision. But I'm spent. I mean, we've been with people pretty much constantly.
From Thursday through today.
And then without crazy digging in, there's been some just emotional things that come with gathering with family. And so I am spent is how I feel today.
Yes.
What about you?
Well, luckily we had today off because today is Monday.
Yes.
We're recording this on Monday. So we had this day extra.
Yeah.
To prepare for the week.
It's true. And we put away Christmas finally, which I think is nice.
Today.
Yeah, we put away Christmas today.
And our kids have had a 5-day because we got the number 2 BS snow day on Thursday.
Yeah.
So they were already off Friday and today, and they got Thursday off as an added benefit. So our kids had a very nice 5-day weekend, courtesy of snow from Wednesday night.
Well, and I think you should know we're definitely getting a cold day on Friday. There's no way around that. The question will be whether we have Tuesday off as well.
What do you mean Tuesday?
Tomorrow.
What does that mean?
So my understanding is that the threshold is negative 20 degrees.
Wind chill.
Depending on the news report that you're reading, it's going to be between 10 and 20. So if we get closer to 20, I think there's a really good chance we'll have the day off tomorrow.
I would not be pleased.
Friday, we for sure will have the day off because the actual temperature right now is supposed to be -6. So you can just count on us being home on Friday.
I don't believe that.
I'm sorry that you don't believe that. It's facts.
I have said this before. I just don't understand the rules for the snow day because Wednesday night, it was actually a clear day on Wednesday. And then around 3:00 is when the snow came and it dropped pretty hard for a long time.
We didn't do a recording that day. We were talking about it.
We recorded last Sunday. So Wednesday night I had my nerd event and you were like, "Are you going?" I said, "Yeah," because I knew that people would go. So we had less attendance, but still we had a solid 12 to 15 people. They came in slow and I couldn't cancel just because I knew people were going to be there.
Right.
Ended up being a nice event. It took me over an hour to get to Royal Oak, which normally is not that long.
Right.
So when I get home, around 9, and then they hadn't called it yet. But I think we were talking about school being off. But the challenge I have is Thursday morning. It was not.
No, everybody
it was
said
not.
the
It was
roads were
not
bad
snowing
on Thursday
Thursday.
morning. You're crazy. Everybody said the roads were bad. Everybody said the roads were bad.
I don't think so.
I don't care. I'm indifferent to the snow days. I think what you
because
have
you have a vested interest.
We're
in
not going to do this again. But what I think you have not fully come to terms with is the reality of litigation in this country means that people need to protect themselves. And even if there's, so this unexpected burst of snow dropped 4 inches, nobody expected it. It was Wednesday night. I definitely didn't think we were going to get a snow day.
It was 4, like, to your point, it was 4 inches.
I could not believe that we got a snow day. That said, the reality is that, one person gets in a smashed up car accident when other districts called, and then the district gets sued. So schools can't do anything about it.
No, I think they're just weenies.
No, and I love me a snow day. No, nobody's weenies. Nobody wants to do this. They just have to.
I think the school districts like it.
No, I disagree with you. I don't think they want to. I think they have
I think that a 4-inch snowfall makes it so that snow days will happen every time there's snow. Like, that was not a huge snowfall. That was like 4 inches.
I know.
Because it used to be like, they're talking about like
it was 4 inches and it was done snowing by like 2 a.m.
Which is my point, was there's ample time to clean the roads, to clear the roads and move on. But in this new world, I guess 4 inches of snow means like, oh, the poor children can't get to school.
Listen, I was shocked. When I had gone to bed early that night. I saw that Crestwood had called, which is our bordering district. And I'm like, no way. I fell asleep. And then I woke up to the news that Dearborn had closed. Once Dearborn closes, we were closed. That was awesome. The great thing about a snow day that my husband's such a hater about is that on snow days, you'd have nothing planned. There's never days where nothing is planned.
I had to go to work still.
Yeah. You had nothing planned. So it's not even like tomorrow I'm going to put away Christmas. There's nothing planned on snow days. So it's just really magical. It's magical. And I had a really hard parenting day on Wednesday before the snow day, like a really hard parenting day where it just felt like being a parent in this crazy world is just too hard. And so for me, it was like a really needed mental break.
So the snow came down to give you, that's the Lord shining upon you saying, here's a nice snow day.
I had a really,
get through that.
Parenting this last week felt really intense for a lot of reasons.
Moving on.
Yeah.
Our number one fan's spouse got an award this past week. We should celebrate him for Regional Coach of the Year.
I wonder at what point you do be like, I am now done celebrating my spouse. I do wonder that. I'm telling you, she's a way better lady than us.
You're not about that life.
No, you'd get like 2 celebrations, and then I'd be like, I am done with this.
You're not about that life.
Yay, you're a football champion. Yay. I would make so many sarcastic comments. That's not who they are, though. They're nice to each other. They celebrate each other. I would be so over you.
You are not about that life.
I could not.
No, here's the thing. I think you would give me a very nice Instagram and Facebook post.
I'd celebrate you for a day or two, 100%.
Yes, but
I'd say let's go out to dinner.
You would make condescending comments.
We would be done then.
After the fact.
We would be done.
After the fact.
We would be done. But I am very excited for him, and he's wildly deserving. They're a great couple, as we talked about all the time.
Yeah,
so
it's a great year.
That's exciting.
But he got an award, so congrats.
Right, congrats. We did something significant in our family on Saturday. We bought our kid a smartphone.
Oh.
That's a big change. The first Wilkerson child has an Apple 15 phone. It was really funny. Of course, I read all his text messages. A couple things that just in terms of our mentality. I had read a long time ago that smartphones, it should not be gifts to kids, like for their birthday or Christmas, that it's really important that you let your child know that it's your phone that you're letting them use. And it's not like a gift. This isn't yours. You don't get to do with it what you want. Correct. So I had told him if he had kept his phone in our room for 90 days, if he brings his phone up to our room at nighttime, he hit the 90 days, he's going on the march for life. I felt like it was time to do it, to get him this phone. And so that's the first thing, is that we gave it to him as not a gift for him. It's our phone that he can use. But it was really cute because I check his text messages. There's no illusion of privacy. He knows it. And one of his friends, he texts his friend. He's like, do you notice anything? And his friend's like, what? And he's like, notice the color of the bubble, because it's now Blue bubbles. It matters to us. Huh?
I don't like.
I know you're so cool. You have an Android. I mean,
no, the iPhone. You iPhone users with this bubble thing.
Okay.
Like as a lifelong Android, first of all, I've never looked at the color of bubbles. I don't understand the bubble.
Okay.
Fad.
So anyway, his little friend was like, "Wait, what? You just got it?" And they're like out of nowhere, your parents just because it's been like a really significant deal that he doesn't have one. So I'm excited for him. He does have one.
I don't understand. I'm trying to look right now at the bubbles.
And then we ended up back at the debate because even though he has a smartphone, we bought some protection packages around it. And then Apple has protection packages. And you and I ultimately, I think, are feeling very different about social media. So we're going to have to struggle through that because I have now confirmed my son is the only kid in the school, except for one other family that doesn't have any type of social media and doesn't have Snapchat. And well, I'll just say carefully, because I want to be really careful so I don't feel like this needs to go in the vault. I had a conversation with a bunch of his friends, and his friends are like, Ms. Wilkerson, why don't you let him have Snapchat? Confirming what we've known, that without Snapchat, we have taken away a way for him to communicate with his friends. And so he is wildly left out of particular circles. I'll just say that. So I'm not saying we should give him Snapchat. I am willing, first of all, it's wild to me that every parent in the world thinks Snapchat is okay. I don't even know what to do with that, actually. Second thing, that first of all, it's wild to me because it's confirmed. I think he is one of the only kids at the school without Snapchat and no chance to get Snapchat. I am more willing than you to concede on things like Instagram at the end of this school year if he gets all A's. So you and I are going to come to blows with it, to be honest.
Well, I feel like my point would be you default to like to me, I don't understand like it's kind of like what's good about it, and I've seen no evidence to point where like this is something that you should get, and I understand your points, but I say these are those things he has to go. I think he has to go through challenges, and I think these are one of the challenges that he will continue to go through, and I don't think that's a reason to pull back the reins and make things quote unquote easier on him. I just think that the conversation is always, I get it, this is a challenge. But at his age, like they need challenges, and this is the challenge that he has to bear for the next year. And
so I fundamentally disagree with you. I am comfortable with him. He's not going to get Snapchat. I think that social media.
But I disagreed about this. But I let up about the iPhone. Like I didn't want him to have a smartphone.
I think that social media is a tool of communication. I think it's mostly bad for young people. That's what I think is so wild about everybody that allows Snapchat. Like, there's not a single study that says that Snapchat is good for young people. They're like, it's spiritually, emotionally, mentally, socially it is. And so parents just allow it, which again, like every parent. So we are in the like, it's not even minority. Like we're like the only family that doesn't, except for one other at our school. That said, I think that Snapchat's premise, I will probably never be comfortable with him having Snapchat while he lives in my house, but social media in general, it's a tool. He's got to learn to use it. I'm not going to continue. Yeah. And I think that if he gets all A's and can show that responsibility, that is the eventually. At 15, it's a good time to start him on something like Instagram. So we're going to go to blows.
That's fine.
Yeah, but you don't get the ultimate say.
Right. But I'm saying when it came to the iPhone 15, I wasn't about that, but I relented for that one. So I relent to things as well. I'm not as hardcore as you believe me to be. I relented to this one as well.
So I feel, and you'll laugh and gaslight this, I'm sure, you have expertise.
Isn't that gaslight to tell someone they're going to gaslight something? Isn't that textbook gaslighting?
You have particular expertise in your world. I work and have worked for almost 30 years with teenagers. This is my world of expertise. I knew you would say no to it. That is facts.
I think that argument has challenges when it comes to your expertise. This is a different world we live in. First off, so
I know that
things
world.
20 years, but also like this is my child though, like that. So your expertise doesn't trump me as a parent because first off, you're not a male. You're not. You've never been a 14 or 15 year old.
You don't get to trump me as a parent.
I'm not trumping anybody. I'm saying like
all I'm saying is that this is my wheelhouse, not yours. In terms of knowing what's developmentally appropriate for young people, is my wheelhouse, and so we're going to come to blows in April or May.
It's not okay. Yeah, that's fine.
We're going to come to
blows. But I'm saying I relented when it came to the smartphone.
As well, you should have. It was an appropriate time to give him a smartphone.
Okay, that's different than like social media, which is okay. We don't have to go there. But
anyways, what's exciting is he has a smartphone. What's not exciting is he has no social media. But I'm fine with that. Like I'm not, I feel like I have shifted in that I think 15 is a good time to start to experiment with social media appropriately. So you and I feel differently about that. So
which is fine.
But I'm glad that the man has a smartphone. I put some Apple Pay on it. He was very excited. So there's that. Phones.
Mm-hmm.
We have a phone plan with a non-gab phone and saving some money, right?
No, I think slightly more.
No way. I thought it was cheaper.
No.
Oh, I'm so sorry. Will it eventually be cheaper when you add more kids to it?
I think when Joey gets added.
Okay. So yeah, that was exciting. Anything else?
Well, also with that, I think it was also like figuring out the time spent on apps, because that's going to be like figuring out the right amount of time now that he has certain access.
Yeah.
Like YouTube, now he has some access there, but also it's like you just can't spend hours and hours.
Yeah. I think you would put like a 2-hour limit on like him using his phone the first day. And I'm like on the weekends, that could be way longer than 2 hours to me.
Well, let's see though, because that means like he's on, like, to me, we have to be careful about screen time, because we have to be careful about him just sitting, like, it creates like an isolationist and I think the first couple days is fine, but it's already starting where it's like he's off to the side with his AirPods on.
I mean, he's excited, right? So like this is a whole new world for him. But I agree with you.
I'm saying the first couple days is fine, but it can't be the thing where he's off in the corner on his phone,
right?
Even like he's like trying to play Spotify with earbuds, like you can't, you can't do that.
Yeah, agreed. Like that's going to be huge. And that's what I do think I like about the protections that we put on it. And, this system of him bringing his phone up every night. Like, I think it's going to be a good system. I think we're slow rolling into a new world with him, which is good. But it's tricky, and again, I cannot say enough how isolating I find parenting. Like I find parenting to be wildly isolating. Because people are not doing it like we are. And that makes it really hard.
Sure. Really hard. But I think if you have principles and if you believe what you believe to be true, then like I don't say it just like it makes you feel better. Like, well, like this is just what we have to go through.
And that's where ultimately I think you and I are disagreeing right now, is that, I mean, I was like, our kid's not getting a smartphone until they're 16 and have a job and can pay for it themselves. And I've adjusted that. And I'm willing to adjust the social media piece as well. And you're unwilling to, because you're like, this is a principle I put into place.
Well, no, it's not about as a principle. I think that there's more and more information coming about these dangers. And to me, it's like, why, like with everything else in terms of like our jobs and raising a family, it's like, why introduce something else that now we have to focus on more? Because socially isolating
a kid comes with its own dangers as
well. But I think
I know you don't.
I think when it comes to like the social isolation, I think there's levels to it. And I think there's a spectrum. I think there's one spectrum of complete isolation where they just come home every day, they do nothing, they interact with no one in school. I think there's the other end of it, which you also don't want to be. So I don't know if he's in the middle, but I think that our kids are like, they have friends at school. They are active in activity, except for Julia. She's not yet. Like, they're active in activities. Like they see, like when we go to like basketball games, like you take them to basketball games, they see their friends. So I feel like, to me, like language matters. And I say, when we say isolation, I just don't agree when it comes to like he's by himself in the corner all day long.
I am not going to go there, because we know people whose friends listen to this that have kids at our kids' school. So I'm not going to say what I want to say, but you are lying right now when you say that our kid is not socially isolated. I'm saying, because this is not a conversation we can have about our child when people who know him. It. But for you to say our kid is not socially isolated, knowing what you know, is absurd to me. So that's all I'm going to say about that.
I'm just saying that I think that we have different definitions of it. So I'm not saying that the problem is, I think you're judging me on my definition. I'm saying that I have a different definition than you do.
Right, because what I'm not going to do on this podcast is get into the nitty gritty.
I'm not even reading. I'm saying my point.
But in order for the listeners to understand, I would need to get in the nitty gritty, which I'm not going to. But you know exactly what I'm talking about right now.
My point
is, say our kids are not socially isolated is the wildest thing you could say on this podcast.
But okay, my point is that, and I don't think you're understanding. Listen to me. Is that I'm saying I have. You're right.
At school, in the hallways, they have people to hang out with, and they're on sports teams.
I have different definitions of it, and I think that you feel that we have to have the same definition. I'm saying I have a different definition than you do, which we're allowed to have. Like we don't need to agree on everything. Which is fine, right? Do you think that we need to agree on everything?
Nope. We do not. We do not need to agree on everything. I promise.
Okay.
We don't. So, next topic.
We talked about the funeral.
Yeah.
Trying to think out loud.
I feel like we're being boring. We need to get topics together before we record.
This is a week. This is Joey's play week.
Yep. You're going out of town once again.
Yeah. Once again. When's the last time I've been out?
It's been a long time. I'm joking.
I can't remember the last time.
It was in the summer, your birthday weekend.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. But you do have a lot of out of town coming up because you're going out of town this time. You're going out of town.
But this one this is like I'm leaving Friday like 9:00 at night and I'm coming back Sunday like at 5:00 in the morning.
It's not over.
This is a very quick trip and I'm going to a conference.
Which is so funny. Can we talk about this conference?
Which I'm looking forward to.
Can we talk about this conference? You always like me to talk about things that compromise my job. Can we talk about this conference?
When do you compromise your job?
Can we talk about this conference and why you're going and how you're going?
No, the why is different now. Like the why because I have I have stuff going on at work that there's people I want to talk to in person who's going to be there. So like I have very specific reasons for
we can't get into it. Can we get into this conference? It's so funny.
There's nothing to do with Carhartt. Like this is
I know. But I just, in your little nerd world, because this is a conference, the guy that runs it basically thought you were stealing his idea for Data and the D, right?
Yeah, we
so like he wanted nothing to do with you.
No, so when I first kicked off my conference like almost a year ago, I reached out to someone who I knew ran something similar just to get his ideas and just never heard back at all. Period. And then I thought it was because sometimes you don't know if it's intentional or not. So I figured this feels intentional. I was like, maybe it's not. Maybe just, some people don't check things. And then I got some information from someone who's knew the person. I said, yeah, actually it was intentional. And he thought that we were trying to do these different things, which was never my intention.
Like stealing from his intellectual property. But that's why I think it's so wild that you're going to his conference.
Well, that was the thing is
have you talked to him? Oh yeah, because then he tried to get you to get a
he had reached out to me about something else, completely ignoring me reaching out previously, and I just didn't respond to it.
But what a weird situation for you to put yourself in. I still think it's wild you're going there.
But it's the last time they're gonna have this conference. This is the last time they're gonna do it.
Is it big? How many people go to it?
Yeah, in our space, it's a pretty big one. I don't know. I haven't been in 2 years.
1,000 or
maybe close to 1,000.
Oh, okay, so that's significant.
But our space is a big one. Also, a lot of people that I talk to on LinkedIn are there, so I get to. Because to me, at this point, conferences are good because you get to network with people. You get to talk to them in person, ask them hey, I'm dealing with this. Have you done with that? So some very specific things I'm doing at work.
You should bring Data in the D conference, save the dates, flyers, and hand them out to everyone. Be save the date. Because
we're thinking about changing our name to, now this conference done, we may change the name of our conference.
What?
Well, the conference I'm going to is called Day-to-Day Texas. So with this one dying, we're should we just call ours Day-to-Day Detroit?
Okay, that is stealing. That would be weird.
But their conference is dead, though. That one's going away.
Day-to-Day?
It's called Day-to-Day Texas.
Day-to-Day? Data, D-A-T-A?
Day-to-Day, D-A-T-A-D-A-Y, Texas.
No, just keep it Data in the D. What are you doing?
It's not a serious thing. It's just more of a blah, blah.
Oh, okay.
So it's a 2-day conference. I'm going for Saturday because I have to be back. So we're going to Joy's thing. So I'm leaving Friday night at 8:50 at nighttime. I'm going to the conference all day Saturday, and I'm leaving at 5:00 in the morning on Sunday so I can get back. So it's like a day I'm gone. It's a quick turnaround conference.
Right.
Because this week is pretty busy in terms of Joey's.
This week's nuts. I can't even breathe.
Because Joey's got his red carpet. Red carpet Friday.
Red carpet.
So
games.
We have to see if he even gets accepted. So red carpet's Friday.
I hope he gets accepted into Divine Child.
He had very average test results.
Very average test results.
Very average test results.
Obviously, our kid can't test.
So he got the red carpet Friday, and then He's got the tech. No, he's got his call time right after that, and then his play is Friday, Saturday, 7 o'clock Friday, 7 o'clock Saturday, and then 2 o'clock on Sunday.
Right, it's gonna be nuts. This weekend's gonna be nuts.
I'll be there on the 2 o'clock on Sunday, but I'll miss.
I will be 2 o'clock on Sunday, but I'll be working in missions, so I'm gonna go to his show on Friday night,
but not Saturday.
I might go to the show on Saturday night too. We'll see.
Yeah. Which would be good because the past couple of years, actually this is the last one, right? This is our last elementary school play.
Yes,
because the other three are like, no thanks. Joey's been the only one interested in doing the theater.
And honestly, the theater is a gift at Divine Child, but it's just too time consuming with everything else we do. So I'm excited that this is the final show.
And I think a lot of kids are like, either they like it or they don't. Like John Paul tried it once. Yeah. He didn't like it. The girls haven't, but I think it's just certain kids' interest in that stuff. So just because it is a tricky because it's a weekend that's taken. And in the past, you had March for Life, so it used to be a crazy weekend because you'd be gone for March for Life, and then
it's funny because I'm like, finally, I'm not gone for March for Life, and then you're gone. So,
but this will be the last time because we're not doing the conference. They're not doing the conference this weekend. Joey's done, so this is the last.
It's exciting,
like crazy weekend for this, and then our oldest is going to March for Life.
Right. Thursday. Yeah, his first big trip. Big reason why I wanted to give him a smartphone was for the March for Life, just for pictures and videos and Apple Pay and all those fun things. So yeah, he'll go to the March for Life without us, which I'm so excited for him to start to have real faith experiences without you and I. To me, that's when you actually start to solidify discipleship. So the fact that he gets to go, I really trust our campus ministers. And because he's a male, the male campus minister in particular is like a good, cool, awesome guy that loves Jesus. And so there's this whole thing that, like, if you study kids' faith, a significant way to not guarantee, because you can't guarantee anything, but a significant like measure or tool of measurement is if your children or teenagers have 5 adults in their life independent of their parents who live their faith, right? So like if you think about it, when we were in youth group, you were in youth group, but you helped with an adult team.
No.
But you helped with an adult team when you were older.
Adult, yes.
We were able to be one of those 5. Adult teams were able, like I had tons of adults in my life that loved the Lord that were not part of my family. And I feel like Aaron's going to start to get that reality through this March for Life. And then there's like a National Catholic Youth Conference, which will happen in 2 years that he'll be able to go to as well. I'm just excited for him.
Yeah. I went to the parent meeting on Monday.
You did.
The boys were a little rambunctious. Even like one of the dads had to tell them to be quiet.
No way.
Yeah.
Which boys? Our boys?
Yeah. They put them at the table.
Which dad had to tell them to be quiet?
I don't know
that's funny.
name. I don't know these people's names.
That's funny.
Because they have like these groups. So our son's in a group with the campus minister. It's funny because someone asked a question where like, are we allowed to go in our friend's room? And he was like, no. And they're like, why not? Why can't we go in our friend's room? They're talking about the boys, right? Because there's a small amount of girls. I'm surprised there's a very small amount of girls.
Which is also awesome.
It's mainly boys. Yeah. So it's funny because they were thinking like, oh, we can't go in our friends' rooms. And I remember back in the day because I used to go on like band trips. we used to go in each other's rooms like at late at night. Like we didn't have smartphones at the time. Like we used to like go in each other's rooms all the time. I remember one group got caught and they got kicked out. They got sent home. Yeah. But I remember going. I'm being triggered
because that was one of the reasons I'm not a campus minister anymore. Was last year at the March for Life, they're not allowed in each other's rooms. Then you do something. You tape doors so that if they open their door,
so that was a smart move. I told you that. Yeah.
No, but listen, I'm a dummy.
Take the tape off.
Exactly. You put tape over the doors so that if the seal's broken, they left the room in the middle of the night. Well, what somebody did, of course, is one person got out of the room and broke every single seal. So now,
I thought you meant they took the tape off.
No. They broke every single seal. So now everyone's door appears to have been open. Honey, last year's March for Life was so bad. I know for sure some boys were in some girls' rooms. I know for sure that happened in the middle of the night. There were other youth groups involved. Kids were door dashing to their rooms. The kids were so bad last year. And it was my fault because we took way too many who weren't prepared and like going for the same goal. So then I think I went to bed at like 3:30 in the morning. This was before the plague hit. Then the plague hit where 50% of our group ended up with COVID or flu A or B. I got sick. So I flew home after I slept maybe an hour and a half. Like I am so glad I'm not a campus minister anymore. I can't tell you. People don't understand that about ministry. Like literally don't understand. For every retreat, it's not just going on the retreat. You don't sleep because you have to make sure kids aren't breaking the rules. And by the way, the only reason our kids got away with it is because the hotel put us on multiple floors because there were 100 of us. So in the adult team that I brought, none of them were excited to stay up. So of course, and I should have stipulated if you're going as an adult, you're staying up, but I didn't. So I didn't feel like I could tell them. It was miserable. I am so glad I don't have to do that anymore, especially when you take kids who want to break rules. It's just miserable. I'm like still upset about what happened last year with the breaking of the tape on every door.
That's genius.
It's genius. What was I thinking?
That's something I would.
What was I thinking? Of course they can do that. What was I thinking? How does that solve anything? Banging on doors, the hotel calling me. It was awful. It was an awful experience. We said this last year, but in case we have any new listeners, the low point was.
I like my funniest thing is the DoorDash. Like the kids.
No, the DoorDash is the kids would do. I don't even want to talk about that.
The DoorDash thing is hilarious to me because that's like it's a rampant thing.
Yeah.
With these kids is ordering DoorDash.
Yeah, and we didn't know to tell them not to because, I mean, I've been doing youth ministry for 20 years. I didn't expect this.
Well, we didn't have that. We
get to the hotel on the bus from the March for Life to the hotel, like the actual march to the hotel, like 30 kids had ordered DoorDash. So, I mean, it's just delivery driver after delivery driver dropping off food at our hotel. They're eating it everywhere.
Hilarious.
I know, it was so upsetting. Then the best part is
it shows that like they do it so often that to them it's normal. Like even it happens at school events at DC.
School had to tell them to stop.
And the school has to tell kids like even for theaters, like actually like you can't
DoorDash
like we can't have like random dudes showing up and like open up the doors. Like it's supposed to be secure.
But then the worst part is it's like 1:30 in the morning. I'm trying to get kids to go to bed and some kid pops their head out and they're like, Mrs. Wilkerson, can I go downstairs and get a bottle of water? And I'm like, no, because you had an hour and a half to get water. Now it's 1:30 and lights are out. No, you're not getting water. And she's like, but I'm thirsty. I'm like, yeah, you have a sink in your room. Mrs. Wilkerson, I can't drink tap water. I can't drink tap water. I like that. I mean, honey, that's when I knew I was out of the game.
That's my favorite. The water.
I can't drink tap water. Great. Like there's cups in your room. Turn around and fill up your water bottle. Mrs. Wilkerson, I could never. So anyway,
it's funny, so remember we used to take trips. It was always like 4 boys. No, when I went to, we went to London, 11th grade. We was only 2 of us, but essentially you have 4 boys in a room. But what we always did is like we never share beds. So two guys got the beds. 2 guys had to stay on the floor. Usually it's seniority. So if you were like the older guys had the bed, and then the youngest had to sleep on the floor. You said they do share beds.
No, it depends. Like I've had kids sleep in a bathtub once. Like they just brought all the blankets to a bathtub. We tell them they can bring a sleeping bag. It depends. Oh. Girls definitely share beds. That was never a thing. That was definitely never a thing. So it'll be fun. I'm excited for them. I'm excited for them to go to March for Life.
What's the weather? Is it supposed to be freezing cold?
I think it's going to be cold AF. We should probably get him long johns. And by the way, I told Father Bob you could get him some too. Is it too late now?
I already got him some.
You did? Did he text you?
When I was at the meeting.
Oh, you're cute.
We talked about it already at the parent meeting.
Did you get Father Jeremy some too?
No, he wasn't. Father Jeremy wasn't there.
Oh, okay. That's really cute.
I have to give him to him tomorrow.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's I don't like. I feel like I had a season for the whole youth thing, and like I'm retired.
Yeah,
I don't do that anymore. Like World Youth Day, you brought up NCYC, like all these things. I'm like, I'm retired.
So I will probably do some of these.
Like March for Life in the cold outside. Like I'm sensitive. I'm like, it's cold. I can't. Like I don't do that.
It's funny. I feel like things got a little tense during social media, so I don't want to have a tense conversation. So if it appears tense, I'm going to bump off of it. But World Youth Day, there's an information meeting for World Youth Day Korea, which is about $5,000 a kid. And I did message you and be like, hey, like, should we put this on our radar for Aaron and I? Because I do think these experiences are really important if you can afford them for your kids. I don't want to go to Korea. You don't want to go to Korea. So I was talking to a girlfriend about it. And there's some talk about perhaps putting together some international pilgrimages at DC where like you would do like Lourdes or you would do Rome or you would do Assisi. And I just think one of the things that should be on our radar, and I told you this, is like budgeting for a pilgrimage for each of our kids, like a pilgrimage experience with us, either as they're like between 16 and 20, one-on-one. That I want to do that for our kids. Those were huge for me. And they were huge for you too.
I think those can be family. I think that can be a family trip. I don't think they need to be one-on-one.
No, because I want them to go like independent. Like it's nice to do a one-on-one. Like when parents did that, when parents went to World Youth Day with their kids, something really special happens. I'd like to do that. So, but I don't want to go to Korea. So we're not going to Korea. Korea is not happening. But perhaps if they were to put together like a pilgrimage to like Lourdes or a pilgrimage to the Camino, like a week-long Camino walk, a lot of companies are starting to do that where they're organizing teen pilgrimages for parents, but you don't have to have a whole group. So like there's this company called Verso, and this summer they're doing a Camino pilgrimage for teenagers and parents. So you sign up as a teen and a parent. Summertime's going to be really hard for us. We'd have to plan for it, but it's like, I think it's like $4,000 a kid. No, it was $2,000 a kid, but you have to do a person, but you have to do airfare too. And you walk Camino for 5 days. How cool would that be for you and Aaron to do together? Because actually, I think you should do it over me with our sons. So I'd like to do something like that. I would really like to.
I mean, if we can make it work.
Just got a budget for it. Yeah.
It's all about making it work.
Yep. So anything else, my love?
Auto show's going on. You hate the auto show.
I do not like the auto show. I think it's so dumb. I think it's so stupid.
The auto show, it's different now. When I was, auto show was always a big deal when I was in school. Like that was like, because auto show was in January. So in Detroit, that was like the big thing where you would like go to the auto show, like everyone kind of dresses fancy and like new clothes they got. But like auto show in January, that was a big deal in Detroit. I remember going in like 11th and 12th grade and having be the thing where everyone like shows up. And
well, what I liked about the auto show, my dad worked for GM my whole life. And so what I liked about the auto show is he let us go to by ourselves. So I feel like all of us, the first time we went to Detroit by ourselves, like drove down there, parked.
I understand you just went by yourself?
No, with our friends. But
I thought you meant like by yourself.
No. But like at 16, I was allowed to drive to Cobo Hall by myself and go to the auto show. Like that felt, when you're young, when you're 16, like that feels like a little excursion. You know what I mean? And so that was special to me to be able to go. As I got older, I started to really hate the auto show. Like, and then like you did bring the boys once, right? You did. I have a picture of it. Well, we went once.
Yeah, I think that's when I don't think I went by myself.
You did with the boys one time. I was very pregnant. Well, how could I have been maybe that was when it moved. Remember how it was in May?
No, we didn't do that. When it was in, I don't know. I vaguely remember. I remember we went together.
Are you ever going to take our boys to the auto show? Is that not going to be a part of their experience?
It's expensive, man. It's $25.
Is it really?
Someone said it was $25 a pop. I thought about it.
Thank you.
But I was like,
Speaking of expensive, you bought Hamilton tickets for the fam.
Well, a lot of tickets recently.
What else did you buy besides Hamilton?
Bruno Mars. I'll tell the Bruno Mars story.
Oh, yeah. We can talk about Bruno Mars.
Yeah, Hamilton is May 2nd or 3rd.
Yeah.
Well, that's something we had talked about because we said with Hamilton, like, are the kids ready? You know, there's some language there, and because you and I saw it like 3 or 4 years ago. It's like probably 6 years ago.
Yeah.
When it came in town. But I think that they're older now, so I think there's a couple just language and some scenes.
There's some risque, but we're going to do it with the kids. Are we doing Lion King or no? Was it like Hamilton instead of Lion King?
Yeah, I mean the problem we have is just these tickets aren't cheap and the dates are weird. So we didn't because we just saw Lion King like less than a year ago.
Yeah. I'm so glad we're doing Hamilton. I think
it's like, do we need to spend the money to go see Lion King?
So let's dive into Bruno Mars really quick. I
feel like you're wrong about Bruno Mars. Hot take. Your hatred of him.
Everybody thinks I'm wrong. That's not a hot take.
I
detest Bruno Mars. When his music is on the radio, I turn it off. I think it's annoying. I don't like the sound of it. I don't like his sound. I just don't like Bruno Mars.
Happy music.
But like, I literally don't like him. Like, it's not like I'm passive or like could do with him or not do with him. Like, I actively turn his music off. You had asked me about a week and a half ago if I'd go to the Bruno Mars concert with you. Basically, I was like, no. Like, go with Kelly and Mike, our friends. I don't like him, but it's like, I can't describe, it's like nails on a chalkboard. It's not that I actively don't like him. So I really didn't want to spend $150 to buy a ticket to go to a concert I'm going to hate with you, who, by the way, you love him. Like, you were excited. So you're like, my smash should want to go with me. We got in a little bit of a fight over it. But bottom line is that you did get tickets for you and our two friends and another friend to go to Bruno Mars.
Yes, because when I asked you, you said no.
I did not want to go. And you acquiesced to that. Do you feel okay about that? Like, seriously.
We feel differently about this.
So you feel like I should have gone with you even though I don't like him?
I feel that here's the thing. I don't think you hate him as much as you think
I do.
You do.
I'm not even getting into the other piece of why I don't like him. That's just one of them.
Oh, he has a song with bad lyrics, and you don't like that. There's a song that you don't like. It's not his song. There's a song that he is on another person's song.
I will tell you, the song is called. What is the song called?
I don't even know. I don't. I'm
gonna look it up. I'm gonna look it up.
Yeah, why don't you read the lyrics?
I'm not gonna read the lyrics. I couldn't. Our podcast would be flagged.
No, I had to mark the. No, every time I publish a podcast, you have to mark for like explicit lyrics. If you read them, I have to mark.
Oh, you lyrics. Absolutely would. Let me tell the people what the song is called.
You don't have to say the song.
Fat, Juicy, and Wet. And let me tell you that he's referring to private parts when he says that. So that is all I'm going to say.
Which is collaboration.
It's a collaboration. So that's the other reason. But anyways, let's go back to, do you ultimately think I should have gone with you? So that did the nail in the coffin. That I'm like, I'm not actually going to a concert where this particular song is going to be sung.
And I think he won't.
I hope not, but he will.
I think
it's called the Sexy Tour. Like he's going to. Go ahead.
No, it's called the Romance Tour. You make these things up. That's fake. No, it's not.
Go ahead. You'll see. Go ahead. What you think I should have gone?
I think that if you're like, I think you should have. I think that unless you were like, I just can't stomach it. Like I physically can't stomach it, which is the case, and that's fine. But I don't think the music that. But the weirdest thing, I feel like that's such an you would be the only person that would say that I can't stomach it. I can't listen.
But I don't, and our friends do. So I'm like, go with our friends.
But I find, and if I can bring up one thing which you don't like me bringing up,
you've gone to Counting Crow shows with me.
I've gone to like 4 or 5 Counting Crow shows.
4.
Okay, let's say 4. I've gone to 4 of those since we've been married,
right?
And it's just I'm not a fan, but I'm not gonna say that I hate it. I'm gonna say like I can endure it, but I'm such like that's not my thing. However, I do it for you because it's important to you.
But
you asked me to go. You just said
you don't hate Counting Crows.
But I don't understand how you can.
And in fact, you listened to Counting Crows. Like Colorblind was on your playlist before I even knew you. Like you like Counting Crows.
One melancholy song, yes, from 20 years ago. No, I don't. But I don't have Counting Crows. No, my point was more so. If you're like I completely hate him,
which is how I feel.
Them, which I don't understand. Like I don't understand how objectionably
my students were appalled that I hate him
because that doesn't make any sense.
Now the funniest thing though, as you're trying to buy tickets, because then we decided, by the way, that you're going to go with our friends, and I think you've made peace with it.
I'm going to say
you're going to like it. No, you're going with it.
Let's just say that going forward, when you ask me to do things, I'm going to say no. I'm going to say I hate it.
You're going with our friends,
and I'm going to Ed Sheeran.
You're going with our friends, but what's cute is, so you're trying to buy tickets. As you're trying to buy tickets, you guys have this group thread going, so you're blowing up my phone. One of my students comes into my classroom. I don't let them have iPads on their desk, and she sits down. She's dead serious. She's like, Mrs. Wilkerson, I need to keep on my iPad because I'm in the waiting room to buy Bruno Mars tickets. And I'm like, yo, you're putting your iPad away. Like, we're not waiting to. And
let's talk about.
I will tell you, my students felt like that was very unjust.
No, you can't.
I am not allowing you.
You're right.
But many cool teachers would allow that. Heck no. You are not keeping your iPad open to buy tickets.
You should not let students engage in commerce during the school day. They should be there for school, not buying tickets.
That's the line.
No, you're completely right about that. Yeah, you don't realize how popular it is. So the tickets went on sale Wednesday, and they had an artist pre-sale on Tuesday, and the general admission was Wednesday. So sign up for artist pre-sale. I joined the line. There was 16,000 people ahead of me, and it happened at noon, so I could do it during lunch. So 16,000 people ahead of me, so you have to wait. And I finally got to it, and like it was like pretty much almost sold out, except for the tickets at the bottom. They were like close to $400. I'm like, yeah, I'm not buying that. So it was almost like sold out. And then we find out, which I hate that they do this, is like we find out that he added like on the second day. So it's supposed to be May 9th. We added on the second day, which is May 10th. So I joined that one. We'll get there. So I joined that one. It was like 12,000. So I eventually got the tickets. Hurrah! This is exciting.
Yay!
And I bought the tickets. You don't care. And then I find out that the day that we bought tickets, which is May 10th, is Mother's Day. And I was like, oh crap, because I didn't check the dates. So Mother's Day, we will celebrate you. I'm sure we'll talk about this on the May podcast. Yes. We'll have to celebrate you beforehand because I'm going to Bruno Mars at nighttime. But if you would have signed up, you would have went. It would have been your Mother's Day gift.
And Wet, referencing private parts. So,
but if you would have signed up for it, you could have went on Mother's Day.
Can you imagine? Your
Mother's Day gift would have been Bruno Mars.
I actually can't even.
But then the next day for general admission, I just checked. It was 32,000 people waiting in line. To get tickets to that show. It's pretty much sold out, except for if you want to drop $1,000.
Right.
But I've heard from your cousin at the funeral that she went to the show. She said it's a great show.
Yeah.
He does a great job. It's pretty awesome. So
I don't even like concerts that much. So I'm,
to that. Yeah. But we said though, like very few people.
Yeah.
He's like one of the few people I would go see.
Well, and I feel that way about Ed Sheeran. Like I am thankful that, and again, you don't hate Ed Sheeran. I hate Bruno Mars. That's why the comparison between Counting Crows and Ed Sheeran doesn't count. But like Ed Sheeran, I had told you there's like two people. I said, if they come in concert again, I want to go. Ed Sheeran, and you bought me tickets for him. The other person that I would go to, don't care the amount of money. Well, there's two. Adele, if Adele ever comes back.
That, yes.
And then Billy Joel.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I know.
I wouldn't go see. No.
See? Would you go?
If you asked me to, this is the difference between us. If you were sincere, like I want to go see this, I want to go with me, I would do that. Okay. The only one time I ever said no was when we wanted to go see Lecrae at some random gym, and I was like, I'm not going to see Lecrae. Like no.
And Lecrae ended up not sharing my morals and values.
If you asked me to go, I would 100% go with you. Like
hot,
when you said Ed Sheeran, I was like, I'd rather shoot myself in the face.
You did not mean that. You like Ed Sheeran.
I don't like him enough to go see him perform though. Like I'm not an Ed Sheeran fan.
Get stupid.
It's true though. I was like, I mean, if you want to, my thing is always, if you want to, ... we can.
All right.
That's just how we differ,
homie. I have work to do, so we are going to have to cut this one short.
Yes,
I got a full laundry. I gotta work. I gotta do lesson prepping.
Typical teacher.
Pacing guides. So I'm gonna TTYL.
All right. Until next time.
Goodbye.